bearing in mind that I'm not a professional beer critic, so I don't really know. This is what happens when you boil some water and it's really cold out and you throw it over your head. I was running away because I thought I was going to get wet. All right. 2018, good year. Welcome back everybody to another episode of What's on Tap. Today we have the Canvas Brewing Company Kolsch. So we were living up north with Buffalo Brad and I guess Chicken Ruth Ann. Not that she's a chicken, but she has chickens and likes them. So not just to eat, but to raise too. So we were living there and it's up near Huntsville. So that's actually where Canvas is from. They're at 12 John Street, David, if you can get tight on that. 12 John Street, Huntsville, Ontario. Beautiful, beautiful place to live and to brew beer. This here is a lagered ale, 4.5% alcohol. The people from Canvas were nice enough to come right up to my house up north and drop off like 6 of these for us to try. So just to put that out in the open, they were free. We're not being paid, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just out on this beautiful freezing cold day about to enjoy a freezing cold beer. So I'll just crack it open now. First try. It's got some rich beer flavors. Definitely something that you could have on a cold day or a warm day. Probably even better on a warm day. You know, do whatever you want. Definitely a hoppy flavor. So a little bit, you know, not for the faint of heart if you don't like strong flavors. You know, do whatever you want, which I do. So this is good. And I noticed the first one I had of these, once it got a little bit warmer from sitting out on the table, had started to have some kind of chocolatey notes, so that was a lovely surprise. And overall, definitely a wonderful tasting beer. Goes with dinner, goes with sun, shade, winter, snow. You know, do whatever you want. Give it a sniff. Smells really good. Not offensive like some beer. You know, do whatever you want. I don't want to call it spicy, because it's not spicy. It gives a little bit of tingle in your throat. Plus, it probably doesn't help that it's only like 10:30 in the morning. It's still got some toothpaste taste in my mouth. 100% has an IPA taste, even though it's not an IPA. Bearing in mind that I'm not a professional beer critic, but sometimes you just gotta do it for the gram. So I don't really know. This is something I would definitely take on a camping trip, canoe trip, camping trip, something like that. 100% would bring on a road trip, but not while I was driving or resting, but once I got to the place. I'd take this out on a nice seafood dinner and never call it again. Just want to say thanks so much to Canvas. I don't know the guy's name that dropped it off. So sorry about that. Could have been Tim or Jim. Maybe it could have been either of those or none of those, but either way, the company's called Canvas. The beer is really good, so check them out and get yourself at least 5 or 6 of them. If you like this video, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and MySpace. Get in tight on that. Gun in the holster. Holster, holster. Kolsch. You just gotta get out there with your beer. Kolsch by Canvas. Muskoka Bros. The end.